Right, to finish off tonight, if there's anybody in the back room who doesn't like poetry, I've been assured that you might like this one. It's poetry for people who don't like poetry, and hopefully it'll appeal to some people who do as well. Hello, Dom. The 12 Days of Christmas, let's face it, is a little bit outdated now. Has anybody seen a partridge in a pear tree? Has anybody actually seen a pear tree? Never mind a partridge in one. We have 2 people in the room, 3 people who've seen partridges in pear trees. 4. Any more, down to 4, 5, sold to the lady in red. This isn't a Krista Burst song. Anyway, so
It's the only time I get a dance.
maybe later, darling. So I decided anyway, for those who haven't seen partridges in pear trees, or 5 gold rings, or 3 turtle doves, or anything recently, to translate the 12 Days of Christmas using the most modern dictionary I could get my hands on, which turned out to be the Urban Dictionary, which is online, urbandictionary.com, check it out. So this poem is the 12 Urban Dictionary Days of Christmas, and it's a translation. On the first day of the celebration of the birth of commercialism, my true love gave to me a trashy group of people teabagging a single, unsuspecting individual. On the second day of the celebration of humanity that dates back thousands of years, my true love gave to me 2 medium-sized, nicely rounded, perky breasts, shaped much like a pair of plump turtle doves, and a group of unsavoury people doing something that has nothing to do with Yorkshire or Tetley or PG Tips. On the third day of a holiday that was originally for the birth of Christ but is now nothing more than commercial sales and stress, my true love gave to me 3 women loudly disagreeing with the last American president in a foreign language whilst baring their breasts and observing a group of guys trying to lower their gonads onto somebody's forehead. On the 4th day of a time of increased consumer spending, my true love gave to me the rights to a large amount of cocaine without any of my friends interfering. 3 women, each with 2 plump breasts and anti-Bushian viewpoints, and a strange dance that could be better known as the descent of the testicles. On the 5th day of the family coming over for lunch, whinging and making a mess, my true love gave to me an anus that has been sold more than 100,000 times, a shitload of cocaine, all to myself, 3 wanton women who like to go topless to political rallies, and a load of hooligans dangling their baubles in somebody's face. On the 6th day of the heart-touching season where gift-giving is promoted and Santa Claus is every youth's hero, my true love gave to me 6 bottles of Grey Goose vodka that caused me to be horizontal on a couch for an extended period of time, a best-selling rectum, more cocaine than I knew what to do with, several second-wave feminists, and an incredibly homoerotic display of heterosexual male bonding. On the 7th day of the Christian festival held on the 25th of December that most non-Christians use as an excuse to get presents, my true love gave to me a once important punk band, now somehow back from the depths, enough vodka to drown myself in, a well-used rent boy, enough cocaine to make it all seem like a good idea, 3 women with their tits out, and a bizarre, if somewhat abusive, party game. On the 8th day, of proof that we live in a major consumer culture, my true love gave to me an amazing manipulation of my prostate gland and a couple of STDs, a recently reformed punk band playing to drown out my moaning, enough vodka to make me compliant, unlimited access to a well-serviced asshole and a cake of cocaine, 3 women simultaneously revealing their political views and mammary glands, and a face being spontaneously decorated with scrotums. On the 9th day of that magical time of year when Jesus Christ rises from the grave to feast on the flesh of the living, and we all sing him Christmas carols to lull him back to sleep, my true love gave to me God's masterpiece, elaborately flailing around its appendages, the sort of anal loving you die for, a punk band you figured had already died, enough vodka to cause you to die, a gigolo you can't believe is still alive, enough coke to kill you, 3 women who talk you to death, and asphyxiation by the soft skin of several scrotums. On the 10th day of the annual commercial carnival that celebrates the birth of the shopping centre, lasts about 4 fucking months and starts earlier every year, my true love gave to me a poncy twit who followed me around like he was being dragged by his pelvis, a wildly gesticulating deity, some out-of-this-world anal action and some unfortunate infections, a punk band with expanding waistbands, a vodka-induced coma, a male prostitute whose ass has seen more action than a post office rubber band, and sufficient cocaine to guarantee it wouldn't see any more of me. Three giggling girls with liberal views of jiggling boobs, and a tower of testicular teabags. On the 11th day of the celebration that the Bible makes no mention of celebrating, my true love gave to me oral intercourse punctuated with compliments, a metrosexual gentleman with a crush on me, something marvellous made by somebody who doesn't exist, a dangerous massage up the back passage, a once popular punk band, a lake's worth of vodka, a very lucrative man whore, a cocaine snowdrift, a trio of topless tarts, and the opportunity to put my balls on somebody's head. On the 12th day, ladies and gentlemen, on the 12th day of the time of year when people spend more money than they have on crap for people who don't deserve it, my true love gave to me 12 sex-crazed maniacs singing pa-rum-pa-pom-pom as they took it in turns to give me a blowjob, which was interjected by compliments from a simple-minded foppish admirer who thought he was God and looked like he was convulsing, followed by an earth-shattering orgasm originating from my P-spot, whilst a well-known punk band played in the background. And this was after drinking so much vodka that I couldn't move off the couch, and a man-ho had offered me a go on his much-talked-about anus, to which I'd had to say no due to coke-induced erectile dysfunction, on a night that had started out with 3 women telling me how much they hated George Bush, while showing me how nice their breasts were, and several men had taken another man by surprise with their bollocks. Thank you and good night. Thanks for coming, everybody. You've had Elliot Sutton, you've had Jim Days, and you've had me, Jarvis. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for being such a lovely audience tonight.